Joining us now, our great friend Tommy Ahlquist, back from the national title game. Developer, welcome to the Anti-Developer Show, sir.
Hey, Kevin, how are you, bud? Good to talk to you this morning.
So, first of all, you're in not Baton Rouge, in New Orleans. You saw the national title game. What was that like?
Oh, it was really amazing, Kevin. My son and daughter-in-law are at LSU in postgraduate school. And so we went down to the Auburn game, and we said, do you think it can happen, the magic with Joe Burrow, and get to the national championship game in New Orleans? And if they do, we've got to go. So went down, was able to go with my kids down there, and it was really fun. We had great seats, and that stadium, with the emotion was just electric. And, I got to tell you quickly, I haven't talked to you since then, but, President Trump was there, and having gone to one of the Nationals games during the World Series, and then how he was treated there when he came out versus down in Louisiana, it was amazing, Kevin. Chants of USA louder than I've ever heard. 71,000 people in the dome, chanting 4 more years. And then when it was time to sing the Star Spangled Banner, everyone, at least everyone around me, as loud as you couldn't even hear anything else. Everyone singing in unison. It was special, and then the game itself was just fantastic. Obviously, we were rooting for LSU, and it was just a great experience.
A great experience indeed. Now, you've got the Inspire Excellence podcast. You and Troy McClain doing a great job. You've got me on this week, and man, people have been coming up to me all the time talking about, maybe you might go into the media the way you two grilled me.
Well, listen, you're famous for dodging questions, so I have a few for you. I'm really proud of you. Thanks for coming on last week. But you're on a journey, Kevin. Anyone that knows you and loves you, and all your listeners today, just admire you for what you bring to the radio, but what you bring to our community. And we've all been worried about you. I mean, it's sometimes hard to talk about, but we're just worried about your health and worried about we want you around for the next several decades with us, making a difference in the world. So I'm really, really proud of you. And I know I haven't heard the latest reports from your last studies, but you're doing it right. I mean, you're going in and making sure your heart's okay, and that's taken a while, but I'm really excited to watch this transformation and help you get healthy.
Well, Tommy, I always appreciate you and the people, but you had a heart scare, and that got me to thinking. And what really started this is I've always been the best before picture around. And you and I had a talk in the hallway, and you said, maybe you should talk to Kristen Armstrong, and maybe you should do this. And I'll tell you the details. I've only told my family this, so I'll tell you right now that I didn't do well on my second stress test, so you know what that means.
I do.
Yeah, and you've been there.
I didn't know that. So are you going in for the angiogram?
Yes, I am. I am, and it'll be next week.
Well, prayers are going to be with you, buddy, and I'll talk you through what you're going to experience. But it's thank heavens you went in. I think what happens for a lot of us, especially guys like you're passionate about everything in life, and your health just kind of takes a back seat. But Kev, it's time to go in and get these things figured out, and then attack your health with the same passion you attack the rest of your life, and get yourself to a point where you can take care of your body so you can take care of others. So I'm proud of you. What day next week?
Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's the next step.
I guess they're not messing around. So, you and I try to be very authentic, and, this is, you didn't know anything about this, and I didn't know anything about it until I got the call yesterday, and I thought I dodged another one. I was ready to go. And, people go through this all the time. You've been through it. And you want to be thorough, you want to be safe. And if you have any, people, Tommy, and you know more about this than I do, it was explained to me. I go, yeah, just a little pressure on my chest. And they go, yeah, that's a heart condition. It doesn't have to be painful.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I guess the thing from my experience this last year and with you is the symptoms can be very different in different people, and you can be living your life and not having a lot of symptoms, exertional symptoms, whatever they are, whether it's pain in your back or shortness of breath or achiness, or it's very, very different, especially in women. And if you get those symptoms, the nice thing about modern medicine, like you've already experienced in the last week, you go have your EKG, then you have an exercise treadmill. If that doesn't work, you go to a nuclear stress test. And if you fail those, the nice thing, Kev, is you're going to go in on Tuesday, and they're going to have an answer. They're going squirt some dye in your coronary arteries and see exactly what's going on. And that may be several things. You may need a stent. You may need bypass surgery, but we're blessed to be in America with the healthcare we have. That's for sure. And the chance that we have to, when we pay attention, to go in and have some of these tests done, and then have our health fixed. But this will be a second lease on life for you once we get this figured out, and then it's on to the next step, Kev, which is changing lifestyle and paying attention to your body and getting you where you need to be health-wise. And I can't wait to be on that journey with you, my friend. I love you. I'm a little taken back. I didn't expect that. I thought you'd go through that and be okay, and we could already start with the transformation. But this is the right thing to do, obviously. And I know everyone listening out there will be praying for you, my friend. You mean a lot to a lot of people.
Well, Tommy, you're my friend. You're our friend here, and I'm sorry for springing this on you, but you were the catalyst for me doing this. So.
Yeah, well, you're going to be okay. You get through this and get it figured out, and then it's the hard part right now, Kev. Is they're going to tell you to eat like I'm eating now, and it's not much fun. But heart health and heart disease, we know what causes it, right? It's genes, it's cholesterol, it's what we eat,
right?
It's stress, it's the way we sleep, and over years, all of those things lead to those plaques in our arteries. And so anything we can do to change that, reduce risk, and mitigate it. Well, and live long and healthy lives.
And Tommy, for people listening right now, this isn't about you or me. It is, but it's about saying, hey, if you're feeling something, go in, get that stress test, get that other stress test, take care of yourself.
That's right. And I think, you look at the data on just, people that do preventative things and go in and get checked out so that you're not treating the disease after you have the heart attack or after you have the problem. And I think we all could do a little bit better, whether that's prostate screening or, cancer screening for skin cancer or heaven forbid, heart disease ending up in a heart attack. Just in the last couple of weeks, I've heard a couple of stories of folks that, at our age, Kevin, 50, 51 years old, that just, are having massive heart attacks. And we're just lucky we catch it early. So I'm very, very, very grateful today, Kev, that we got to have you around, buddy. You mean a lot to a lot of people, and I'm just really glad we had that conversation in the hall. I'm glad you went in so quickly and got attention, and I'm really glad you're going to go in Tuesday and get this thing fixed. So I'm proud of you.
Well, Tommy, we're proud of you, and thank you, sir, and thank you for always caring about our community. Yeah, and you do so much without ever getting any credit for it, and I'll leave you on this one. I know you've got to go back to developing, which we'll probably be talking about after you're done. But go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Hey, Kev, one more little note I probably need to tell you. Had my grandson was born this weekend. So little Matty Rabe, or Matthew well in Brooklyn. They had their baby Cash, and so being called Grandpa this week, and that's a pretty cool thing, and he's amazing, and Mom and baby are well, but I hadn't had a chance to tell you that either. So see you soon, buddy. I love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for all you do.
All right, Grandpa, you take care now.
Thanks.
Our great friend, Tommy Ahlquist. We love you, Tommy.